Hey guys, how's it going? So, current state of affairs, things are easing up with restrictions, checking all the state and local information regarding that. Now, one thing that was really interesting was that the ABC put out a survey and asked people if they've experienced racism because of the COVID. And I'm like, well, no, I don't experience racism because of a disease. A disease just is, and it just happens to be around. Its origins, I don't know much about that. Lots of speculation. I don't experience racism because of a disease. I experience racism because of people who are idiots who want to judge me on just my looks and not anything else other than that. And that I'm saying that as a, I know as a first generation Aussie, and I'm proud of being an Aussie, and that's pretty much it. I reckon it's pretty, like I said, there's people that I associate with, meet and talk to that are not that shallow. I mean, to make an immediate assumption based on appearances before I've even opened my mouth and talked, said something. Yeah, I'm pretty sort of iffy about that, because that just implies and intimates to me that, or signifies to me that the person is only really concerned about looks and appearances, which also means they're only concerned about appearing to do the right thing in being, not racist or inclusive or anything like that. So if the first things out of your mouth to me are, if I've experienced racism or all sorts of other stuff like that, I'm like, well, dude, no. I mean, it's like a lot of people also ask me where I'm from. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm from Australia. And they go, so, well, I said, can you be more specific? Like, where I'm from, where I was born is Australia. If you ask me something like, where's my background, my cultural, like my heritage or something like that, like my ancestors, I would say, okay, well, they're Chinese. But to actually ask, where am I from, it's such a broad, and I really do get confused, because they ask, where are you from? I said, well, obviously I'm from Australia because my accent's Australian. I was born and raised here. I speak like an Aussie. So I really don't know. But yeah, the current state of affairs, things are easing up. Check all your state, and the federal is okay, but check all your states' restrictions, because they're different for each state. Queensland is generally pretty good. South Australia has, I think South Australia and West Australia had more lax or less restrictions. And seriously, the difference with infections, nothing really. It all comes down to who's got a bit more common sense and who's a bit more courteous with their interactions with other people, and it kind of shows. There are some people out there, I think, who deliberately, and this is quite an interesting thing I was thinking about before, is that a lot of people can get this and don't know that they've had it. So people goes, well, you don't know. I said, well, you don't know what you don't know. So there's a lot of people who have gotten it, had it, have antibodies for it. Unless you test the entire population, you really do not know how many people really have it or not. So getting 100% test rate for all Australians around Australia? Well, yes. Anyway, that's the current state of affairs. I'm just astounded that the ABC, a broadcaster supported by taxpayers, would actually put out something like that. I'm like, isn't it common sense that generally racism is an ingrained belief or ignorance due to people that don't interact properly or who have no sort of contextual mind, other than the fact that it's kind of obvious when people open their mouths whether they're from or not a different country, and you don't know a lot of what goes on in people's lives. So there could be people here that immigrated and they have not gone back to China or don't associate with the Chinese community at all. There's quite a few people who do that. But again, a lot of my friends have been concerned. Thank you very much if I've experienced any bad things. No, I haven't. But then I generally keep to myself, so not much has changed for me other than working from home. Anyway, keep calm, stay kinky, keep wearing rubber, and I'll catch you guys later. Oh, I've just made a new garden bed, which is pretty awesome. Not a huge, well, I planted a few things because my other plants were getting a bit crowded, so there you go. I had a lot of red paint and leftover wood, so yeah. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. I've got to get back to work. See ya.